Hey there guys, it's Arava here, bringing you the 9th episode of my F1 2012 career, Season 2 of Red Bull. I know it's been a while, but I need to get some of my older series finished. So let's get straight into the qualifying. So, we're starting the lap here in Q3. And, well, the British Grand Prix is always a bit of an iffy one for me. It's sometimes a bogey circuit, sometimes for me. In qualifying I can sort of do okay, and then in the race that's where it all goes wrong. So really I'm trying to qualify as high as I can. And of course it's my home Grand Prix, so I want to try and do well. I even got the British flag helmet there, you can't really see it properly, but there you go. So we're starting the lap here, opening DRS straight into the first corner. It's going to be taken flat out, closing the DRS though obviously as we go through that corner. Now opening it as early as I can here. Now down into this small section right before the long straight, where hopefully we'll be able to make some overtakes depending on where we qualify. So if we qualify on pole, then hopefully we won't be making overtakes. So now we're using about half the cars down here, strategically placing it, going to save some up for the pit straight and just after Maggots and Beckett's. That's where I feel it's most needed. So we're going through to Luffield now, very understeery corner, but I managed to handle that. I've gone for a very average setup, I think. Mostly, I just kind of fiddled around with a few camber settings, but that was about it for the setup. So we're DRS right now and closing it as we come through this long right-hander, the old first corner, when the British Grand Prix was in its old layout, and now through Maggots and Beckett's, through this far section, braking hard and coming through on the right-hander, going a bit wide. Now opening DRS, using a bit of my curves and saving a tiny bit up for the pit straight. But although the start-finish line where the timer stops is sort of short, so you don't need that much curves for the pit straight. So going through the right-hander into the complex of the chicane and all the pit area. And now Schumacher's gone fastest right now, so let's see if we can beat that time. So we're going to open DRS just as we come onto the pit straight, going to use a bit of curves, and and we've gone fastest by about 0.02 of a second. Wow, that is tiny. So there we have it. I've got pole by 0.02 of a second. But the most interesting thing I found was, look at that, Pedro de la Rosa in 9th. A HRT got into Q3 and actually beat someone Q3. This actually bodes maybe quite well for me in my Road to Glory series that I'm going to be starting in a week. But still, how is that? I don't even comprehend how that's happening. But yeah, at least I'm going to take some pride, and maybe that will happen to me in Marussia for the Road to Glory series. And obviously, if you're new to me, you won't know about that. But if you are new to me, please consider subscribing for weekly F1 content. So let's get on to the race. So here we were on pole for the British Grand Prix by 200th of a second. So I was feeling confident. We got Schumacher there on our right, and I was feeling good. I was feeling good at the beginning of this race, and I think you'll see at the end of it. Yeah, enough said. So we are gearing up, 5 red lights, and we are off. And it's an okay start, but Hamilton behind us is having a storming start. He surges through past Michael Schumacher and tries to come up the inside of me. I barely touch him and he goes spinning, non-intentional at all. So basically Lewis Hamilton gets a DNF and he actually takes out Fernando Alonso. So both of them ended up DNFing. So I'm just doing the usual Vettel thing, trying to get out of that DRS zone and trying to storm away. But, it wasn't looking good after a while. As you'll see right now, as we cut to later on in lap 1, Rosberg and Button here are now catching me up. They're fighting me, and Rosberg gets a brilliant toe off Button and actually storms past me. Button trying to get a toe off me, and Rosberg actually gets in front of me, and this is where it all goes wrong. I'm trying to defend from Rosberg, and I just make the slightest contact at the wrong angle, and I smash it into the barrier. And that's not what I was planned at all, and so yeah, we're down to like 12th now, 13th actually. So it was lucky that the pit was right there, so I went straight into the pits to get on those prime tyres so we could go until the end of the race. But it was looking really bleak to get any points. The gap from this bottom pack, as you can see on the mini, out to those front runners is so big, and I'm down here in the middle, down at the bottom pack. So it was looking really bad. So my team make an okay fast pit stop, considering they have to change a front wing. But I was still confident. I was on an aggressive fuel mix, so my car was lighter than everyone else's. Well, at least some of them might have been on an aggressive fuel strategy as well. So I was feeling confident. All I had to do was really keep on the pace and bung in the laps, and I could maybe get back up to, I was thinking probably 13th, 12th, maybe even 1 point in 10th place. You never know, but I was just going to, try and do my best. So we come out here and we're just warming up the tyres, and now we are going to go to some action in lap 7 as I try to overtake Ricciardo. Basically, people have made their pit stop, so right now we're all on the same tyres. So now this is where I can get the foot down. I breeze past Ricciardo with some curves out of Meggett's and Beckett's, and now here with Felipe Massa using the curves again to storm past him, getting first into Meggett's Beckett's, which was crucial. That would have lost me valuable seconds, so I had to get that done. So I'm up to 10th place. I'm in the points here. I'm in the points. I'm in for some good points as Maldonado's in front of me, and so we're coming later into the lap. So now we're up with Maldonado, who's in 9th, and we've got 3 cars ahead of us. We are looking good to get maybe even 7th place here. So we're storming past Maldonado around the outside on lap 9 here. We've got Kobayashi in front of me, and then a HRT in front of us, so Chris Kane. Didn't think I'd be saying that ever, at all. So now we're looking at Kobayashi here. I've set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but I get a bit too eager here, and I go too deep, and I hit a side pod, and I'm off again. Really not clever stuff from me there, but just again, it only happens at Silverstone. It only happens at Silverstone. It only ever has happened at Silverstone for me. This really just is a bogey circuit, but nevertheless, I continue on as I'm a fighter, and now cutting to lap 12 here. I'm still in 14th, but I'm fighting Pedro De La Rosa for 13th place. He's in front of me. Yes, a HRT. Again, 2 of the HRTs are in front of me. One of them's in the points, and one of them's here in 13th, but I'm getting some DRS here. But he's got DRS as well. He's getting a nice tow, but I've got better braking, so I storm past him into Luffield. And now we've got Senna to look at, going through the Luffield section. And basically, all I can hope for is to try and overtake Senna and get a nice 12th place here in the British Grand Prix. That might be an okay recovery, considering I've been off twice, had to pit twice. So, yeah, I was feeling okay about maybe getting a 12th place. So, we're getting past Senna here, going around the outside, getting first into Meggett's and Beckett's. Again, very crucial. If you come in second to Meggett's and Beckett's, you can lose some time going behind a car in dirty air. So, yeah, we get up into 12th, and that's pretty much it. That's how the race ends as we cut now, surely, just about now, to the end, where we're going to finish in 12th place. But what I don't know is that someone in front of me has got a penalty, so I end up finishing actually 11th place. So we get 11th place here in the British Grand Prix, my home Grand Prix, the bogey circuit that I've always had through the past 3 F1s from Codemasters. So yeah, not too good of a job. And there you can see Noren Kotkin with a HRT in 7th place. Yes, you did hear me correctly. A HRT in 7th place, getting some points. I will actually be screenshotting this and sending it to Codemasters, asking them what the hell is going on. But at least this gives me some hope that maybe in my Road to Glory series that I will be able to get up into the points with a Marucci eventually. But so there you go, guys. A mediocre performance here, no points. But I'm still ahead in the Drivers' Championship and in the Constructors. I'm ahead by 59 points. I've got a very nice cushion there due to my numerous wins at the beginning of the season. And the Constructors were still ahead of McLaren, who have overtaken Mercedes indefinitely. So I've been Aaron, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Please give the episode a like for having career mode back. And if you're new, please subscribe for weekly gaming content. And enjoy the rest of your day.